Hi, this is Gary with MACMOST.com. Let me show you how to lift the subject from a photo on your iPhone. MACMOST is brought to you thanks to a great group of more than 1,000 supporters. Go to MACMOST.com/Patreon. There you could read more about the Patreon campaign, join us, and get exclusive content and course discounts. So a new feature in iOS 16 is the ability to easily lift the subject of a photo out of the photo and use it elsewhere. So let's take a look at how it works first using the Photos app. So we'll go into the Photos app and we'll select a photo that has a subject. Could be a person, could be an animal. It'll work in all sorts of different cases. Let's choose this photo here. Now if I want to choose the person, all I need to do is tap and hold somewhere on the person. So I'll tap and hold right here, and notice that little effect there that shows it's selecting the person. Now I'm still holding down with my finger. If I start moving, notice how it lifts up the subject out of the photo. So if you're good with dragging and dropping on the iPhone, you can now use this and drag and drop to another app. So I'm going to swipe up from the bottom here while still holding the subject. So I'm using two fingers now. And I'm going to go into another app. For instance, let's go into Notes. And now let's create a new note by tapping on the button at the bottom right. And now I'll drop the image in there. And you can see it's a regular image in here. I can select it again and move it around. And it's just in there without the background at all. Now let's do the same thing but in a mail message. So let's grab this image of me here. I'll tap and hold. And you can see now I can move me around like that. Let's swipe up from the bottom. Let's go into Mail. And then I'm going to create a new message here and drag and drop. Now if you're not good with drag and drop, there's another option. You can go to a photo like this. Let's grab this image of Jack here and you can see how it selects everything. But I'm just going to release. And now you can see I've got copy and share. So let's use copy here. And then I'm going to go to the home screen and then go say to messages. And then I'm going to tap in here and paste. And now you can see I could paste an image of Jack without the background. This works in any app where you can paste an image or you can drag an image to it. So for instance, I could select this image here, tap and hold. Now I'm dragging. And let's go into Contacts. And the Contacts app, I can actually drag this into the image here at the top and you can see it will add it. Now it's important to note this is a system-wide function. It's not just in the Photos app. So I'm going to go into the Files app here and I've got a image file right there. I can tap and hold on the subject and you can see how I can grab that and drag it somewhere or tap and hold and release and then copy. Notice also you have Share. You saw that in the Photos app as well. So if I want, instead of copying, I can actually just create a new message, a new email, a new note, and all of that using the Share menu. Here's an example of using it in the Mail app. So I get an email, it's got a photo in it, and I can tap and hold on the photo. And it doesn't do that little highlight thing, but notice when I tap and hold on the photo, then Copy Subject is one of the options. Mail also lets you tap on a photo to just view that photo in kind of an internal photo viewer. And now I can actually tap and hold. I also want to use this image to show you something about how this works. So if I tap on Jack's blue backpack here, look how it tries to grab the backpack as the subject. But if I tap on Jack's head or body somewhere, it will know to get all of them. You could use the Camera app for this as well. So I'm going to use the Camera app here. Here I am. I'm going to take a photo and then tap on the photo there at the bottom and I can tap and hold and grab myself like that. So you can do it with a picture that you just took. Now if you have an image editing app, something like Photoshop or Pixelmator on your phone, something that will allow you to do multiple layers and copy and paste sections, you could use this feature with it. So I'm going to go back into Photos here. Just going to go to this photo here, tap here, select Copy. Then I'm going to go to Pixelmator where I'm already working on a blank image here. And I will tap in there and paste. And now I've got that image there. Let me go back into Photos and let me select one that has something in it, a subject like this right here. I'll tap, grab that subject there, and I could do the copy, but I'm going to actually just switch to the home screen, go to Pixelmator, and I can just drop it right into this image here and resize. So it's just an example of how you could use this in conjunction with third-party apps. Now I should mention this is definitely not a pro-level tool. It's using machine learning to guess what the subject of a photo is and try to pick that out for you automatically. There's no way to adjust, to add a little more, take away some, or anything like that. If you want that level of control, then you're going to have to use a third-party image editing app so you can pick out exactly the pixels that you want to take from the photo. This is just a quick way to select the subject of a photo that works most of the time, and it's handy for sending that subject in a message or email or using it in some quick way like in an icon or an upload to a website. Results are mixed if you're doing something that's not a human or animal. It's not easy to pick out. And here I can try to pick this flower out and it works pretty well. There's this flower here. Works a little bit better. Here's a bird. You can see it grabs both of them. Does a pretty good job there. Here's another flower where it doesn't seem to work at all. It works pretty well right here. Here's another case where it works pretty well. Here's another good one. Let's see, doesn't grab the stem of this mushroom here. And it works pretty good right here. This feature is also coming to the iPad and iPad OS 16 and to the Mac in macOS Ventura. It's a fun feature to play with, so try it out with some of your photos and see how well it works for you. Hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, click the thumbs up button below to let me know. I publish new tutorials each weekday. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out.